So we're gonna check out this video from this is a BLM supporter who is going to justify 2020 riots. I know that's 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 4.5, 5, up to this point. So why are we talking about this? Because during that time, that is one of the things that has changed America. And besides that, justifying destroying businesses and things of that nature in your own community, when is that ever a good idea? Because now I see things in places all over this country, such as San Francisco, any democratically led city, to where businesses they're going out of business, and they try to be polite, but one of the biggest killers of business, obviously, if they're not getting the revenue from, customers coming in and buying things, one of the biggest killers of business is theft. And here's how that works. So if you own a business, you buy the product, right? You spent the money, right? Someone steals the product. That's lost. So you actually have bought this product twice. So if someone steals it, it's probably a decently popular product that sells in decent numbers. So you buy this product again, right? You bought the product, someone stole it, loss. Because if you buy something, that's a loss. You spent it. Someone steal it, that's a loss. You buy the product again, that's a loss. Can you see how theft impact businesses, like, to the point of close if it's not enough? So what do you have to do? You have to raise prices. And if you're you don't even have to, I was gonna say a discount retailer, you don't even have to be a discount retailer. Anytime prices are raised, less goods are purchased. That's just the way it is. Unless you're a hyper consumer, you just don't care about price, but most people are not. So in this case, the BLM riots mostly affected inner city places with Dollar Trees, Dollar Generals, Family Dollars, mom and pop shops, and things of that nature. In retail, me being in retail for coming up on 30 years, I understand retail very intimately. The margins are razor thin. You have to control everything. So say your work, you have your little, we'll talk about mom and pop. You're running your business, boom, margins are thin as it is. This is a capitalist society. You have to make profit because you don't know if you're going to be able to make profit the next year. So everything that you do has to be in the interest of profit. So all these things go on, and then you have rioters that totally destroy your business, and someone can come out here and justify this. I haven't seen this video. I don't know what the context, I don't know what the meat of this video is about, but let's see.
I'm pretty sure breaking into the Capitol in general is a lot worse than just burning a building down.
So breaking some windows of a federal government building is worse than lighting someone's business on fire?
Yes.
The first day that this started, the first riot that this happened, they burnt down a police precinct.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it was for good reason.
The video hasn't even started yet. In what way of life is it you already in a community that has high crime, and you burn down a police precinct. What does that do? That means less police. What the first thing you're gonna do when you need help is you're gonna call the police. And what happens when the response time is longer than you would like? You're gonna blame the police. All right, I haven't even gotten into the video yet. Goodness gracious.
Do you agree with any of those things?
I could see the first one, yeah, be less oppressive, because some people definitely are.
How, as white people?
Yes.
How am I oppressive?
Maybe not you specifically, but okay. Maybe not you specifically, but I just feel like some white people in general, they are definitely still oppressive, yes.
How do they do that?
For instance, the Black Lives Matter movement recently, that is definitely a big thing. So...
Well, they're the ones that are burning and looting. White people, you know, there wasn't White Lives Matter doing the burning, the murdering, and the looting.
No, that's where you lose me. That's where you lose me.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I did know that, but...
You did know about the burning, the looting, and the murdering.
But the same exact thing happened at the Capitol, which was an even worse offense.
Where was the burning and the looting going on in the murdering?
All down the... Yes.
Can you pull that? I showed...
She said all down the yes. None of that stuff happened. They let the people into the Capitol. They were showing these people around. These people were visitors. There's video of it.
Showed you evidence for what I'm talking about. Can you show the burning and the looting and the murdering at the Capitol?
I'm pretty sure breaking into the Capitol in general is a lot worse than just burning a building down.
So breaking some windows of a federal government building is worse than lighting someone's business on fire?
Yes. Yes, significantly.
Can you break that down for me?
Yes. Okay, if you're burning down...
I'm not gonna... okay, let's continue.
On a business, yes, I understand it. There was no need for it, but it's a Capitol building. There is federal papers, things that basic people should not know about, and they just let them walk in. Where were the troops and the National Guard when people were breaking into the federal building? But
Nancy Pelosi told them not to come.
Then why did they have to go for the Black Lives Matter movement?
Well, okay, so there's
prior to the things getting burned down, there was no need for them to be at the Black Lives Matter movement.
Why not? They were burning businesses down, and they were killing people.
Before they started burning things down, and before people started getting killed, the National Guard was there, and they were just shutting people down. For what? There was peaceful protests, and they were instantly there.
You just admitted that before people started.
Hold up. Let's look at this. Hold on. Oh boy, right here. He has his attention on something else. Or I believe maybe he'll come back, but she sounds stupid as fuck. He's just gonna run off to attend to something else. So maybe he might come back. So let's see. But did we miss this? Watch your boy. Watch your boy.
The National Guard was there, and they were just shutting.
Gone. Skirt. He out.
People down. For what? There was peaceful protests, and they were instantly there.
You just admitted that before people started being murdered, businesses started being burned down, and they were looting things, there was no National Guard. That's why the National Guard
was there.
Well, maybe there have been other Black Lives Matter riots where it's turned that way. Ferguson, for example, there's a precedent set. That's why they were there.
Yep. Okay.
The first day that this started, the first riot that this happened, they burnt down a police precinct.
I'm sure it was for good reason. No offense to you, wouldn't know.
So you know that there's documents in there that people don't need to get access to, just like you said for the January 6th. So why was that okay? Why was that a good reason, but January 6th wasn't? That's still a government building.
Because they knew that if they burned down that building, they all would have gotten arrested. Versus if you burn down a police precinct, yeah, a couple of people are going to get arrested, but that's about it.
Okay, well, the Capitol wasn't burnt down.
It could have been. It could have been.
Okay, but it wasn't, but we...
It could have been, but it wasn't. Let's not talk about what could happen, because if we go down that road, a meteor can hit in the next 17 seconds. So get out of your delusional way of thinking. Black Lives Matter, just in the title itself, is racist. It's a racist organization. It was constructed and built by two lesbian Marxist women who are antithetical to the nuclear family, the man, the woman, the children. So in any way of thinking, how is that productive to society? It's not. And there's this thing that has gone around with BLM. It's buy large mansions, because that's what, like, at the top of BLM and probably a little bit below that, that's what they did. And they talk about defund the police, and they were talking about all this type of stuff, but they had 24-hour full-time security. Isn't that a form of police? But a lot of you bought into this BLM when it was out, and they tried to, and they're still trying to make a resurgence, like especially in New York, but no one's buying this nonsense anymore. No one's buying it.
We know that actual apartment buildings and businesses that people were relying on to survive and make a living are gone forever.
I think they made it work, and they definitely got some insurance money and can start from the bottom up, and people are definitely still supporting them.
Well, the Capitol, we have taxpayer dollars that pay for that. What's the difference?
A big difference. People start from the bottom with their businesses, and yes, other people in their community will help them. The Capitol is run by everybody. People are all around the world are putting their money into that, so why?
It's already fixed. The windows are already fixed.
And so where's the government?
Are you going to help?
So to justify doing the riots and ending these businesses, oh, they got some insurance money, is a one-time payment of insurance money better than keeping your business going as it was prior to these idiots blowing up, burning down things in their own community, regardless of who owned it? Because it'd be great if people that look like you in your community that had your best interests at heart. Just because they look like you don't mean they have your best interest at heart. But nonetheless, having these businesses in your community is a service to you. You can go, whatever the case may be, you can go get your weave, you can go get your lashes, you can go get your liquor, you can go get your beer, you can go get these. Of course, I'm out of touch as far as these things go, but the packs of where you can make blunts and stuff like that, I'm totally out of touch with all that type of shit. But still, it's still a service to you. But here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna burn these places down. You're gonna bust these windows out. You're in where the margins are already thin as hell. You're gonna cost these businesses more. And if they decide to rebuild, because most of them didn't. Most of them in these communities that happened, especially in Minnesota, to where a lot of this stuff kicked off, because that's where George Floyd and all that type of stuff happened. A lot of those businesses just never came back. So, great job. How does that serve you?
Are you going to help all of the people who had their businesses destroyed and burned down?
If I could, I would, yes.
There are multiple GoFundMes. Have you contributed to those?
I have, actually, yes.
How much?
That is actually none of your business.
You didn't do it.
But I did. My money is my money, and what I do with it is not your problem.
I don't think you. Okay. I think you're lying. Because you just said that
really
they
great.
had insurance.
Really great.
How can you look at someone in the face and say your business being burned down and your livelihood being destroyed? You lost your business. You're making no income. Insurance takes years to go through sometimes. Regardless, it's not right. How can you?
Exactly. None of it's right.
And insurance, contrary to popular belief, insurance don't want to pay nothing. They don't want to pay. They gonna make you cross every T and dot every I. They gonna want to know what the color of your toenails is or are or was when these incidents happen. They're gonna do everything they can not to pay. Insurance is the biggest scam other than the government. Because as far as the government goes, there's nobody besides the mafia that takes some of your money off the top before you even see it. And that's exactly what the government does in taxes. And insurance is a close second. You pay. Something happen. Oh, you got a deductible, but I've been paying. So why should I have to pay? Because they don't want to pay. And that's one of the capitalism is great. Capitalism is fantastic. You do something, you want to do it, you follow the rules, this, that, and the other. Unfortunately, capitalism is not perfect. And one of the falls of capitalism is there's plenty falls. There's plenty cons to capitalism, and there's plenty pros. I think the pros outweigh the cons as far as capitalism go. And one of the cons is one of the things is like insurance. Insurance on the basic level says, okay, I'm going to pay this. And if something happened, I'm good. Y'all going to take care of it because I've already paid it. Oh, no. They don't want to pay shit. They going to do all of this and make sure they can do everything that they don't have to pay. Now, when this was it, United Healthcare, when this CEO was deleted by this lunatic, people celebrated. I'm never going to celebrate someone for losing their life before it was their time to go. When it's their time to go? When they just pass away naturally, right? But people were celebrating. If you can think in the mind of a lunatic, just no. I don't even want to go over to that side. You never celebrate anything like this. But if you're a delusional person, like this young lady here with the curly hair that kind of look like mine, I can see why that would make sense to a person like her. It wasn't that guy's fault, because he has a board of directors that look, I'm about to go down some road that can make this video 6 days long, but let's continue.
Right, but that doesn't mean that just because black people are doing it, it should be 100 times more violent.
No one mentioned, why is it 100 times more violent when black people are doing it?
You tell me. I could not tell you. I could not tell you.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
Years of oppression that just will never go away.
So that makes black people burn down AutoZone?
I didn't say that.
Years of oppression? What does years of oppression have to do with burning down some innocent person's business?
The fact that innocent people are getting murdered.
Who?
George Floyd, for example, Trayvon Martin, innocent people getting murdered.
Innocent people getting murdered. How do you know George Floyd was murdered?
There's a video! Did I miss something?
I think you did. Did you miss the autopsy report?
Okay, so a little bit of weed is gonna kill you?
It wasn't weed.
So what was it?
He had so much fentanyl in his...
It was fentanyl in this guy's system. Now, what you see is that. But what you don't see, because truth be told, what that officer did would not have killed him. There were some underlying conditions that actually killed George Floyd. Now, it's just like with the C-19, right? So there was a thing, right? It doesn't matter how a person died. They could have fell out of a tree during the whole C-19, the whole thing when it was at its peak. A person could have fell out of a tree and had injuries and died from those injuries. But if that person had C-19 in their system, that's what they died from. They didn't die from falling out of the tree. They died because they had C-19 in their system. So it just gives an example of course, that was terrible. It did not look good at all. But the fact that this man had 10 times the amount of fentanyl that would have killed 6, 7, 8, 10 people. No. That's not important. The facts are not important. The facts are what people with narratives want you to see. So what they saw was this evil white man policeman with his knee on the neck of a black man, which is part of the marginalized community. All these terms, the vulnerable and the marginalized community. Let's continue.
His system laced with stuff. Yes, he did.
No. Okay, I'm done with this conversation. Thank you for your time.
I would be done too. You're so embarrassing. Oh my God, then flip me off.
And that's what they do. That's what they do. When it gets to a point to where they have no facts and you present them with facts, they run off. They just run off. They can't handle. Why can't they handle the truth? What's wrong with the truth? The truth is the truth. Any of us can believe whatever it is we want to believe. You're free to do that. This is America. Freedom of speech. Believe what you want to believe. But is it implausible to once someone presents you with something that you didn't know that could be considered as facts? Is it even possible? I'm not saying change your entire opinion, but maybe think about something a little bit different. That's all I'm saying. And they just walk off. Cowards is what they are. And especially with Democrats, when they say misinformation, disinformation, and all that means is you don't agree with us. And if you don't agree with us 100%, then it's not true. Misinformation, disinformation. But I have the facts right here. This is from a credible source. It has been debunked over and over and over and over again. He did not die, George Floyd that is, from that police having the knee on the back of his neck. He did not die. It did not look good. The man should not have died. It sucks. He has at least a daughter that I know about it. The whole thing sucks. But what they have told you about that situation, I know we talking about more than 4 years ago, but this stuff is still relevant because they're still trying to push this stuff. This fear. You should be scared of the police. You shouldn't be scared of the police. Don't break the law. Simple. Don't break the law. And if you do, own up to it. Yes, I did this, because when you come into contact with a police officer, they have the authority. They do. They have to control the situation, and you have to let them. It's just as simple as that. And I guarantee you, if you will let them exert their authority, more chances than not, the situation is gonna turn out good. If you do the opposite, then the opposite will happen.
All right, these were the people justifying your business being burned down because racial inequality. As you guys can see, as I promised you, we were back out on the road doing interviews, talking to people.
So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. So these things should never be forgotten, because even though the Democrats lost in this particular election, that sounds weird, election, they are not going to give up. They're going to do everything that they can to get whatever narrative and whatever agenda that they have in their mind passed. These people are demons. These people are demons for a million reasons, and I'll probably express that in another video. So if you're on Facebook, just like the video. You can follow me. That would be great. I'm putting out content just like every day. You can go to YouTube. Some of the same videos are going to be on YouTube. You can like, subscribe over there. Mr. Info 5000. Peace.